This is a new video in the series where we tell you about the most interesting vehicles of different nations. And today we're going to talk about the Soviet Navy. When it comes to raw power, it certainly couldn't hold a candle to fleets of other European nations at the start of World War II. But Soviet ships still made an important contribution to the war effort by, for example, escorting Allied convoys throughout the war. Okay, let's go. Coastal Fleet, Rank 1. The first vehicle we get is the G5 type, a reserve motor torpedo boat. Compared to her counterparts belonging to other nations, she is fast and maneuverable. She also has a pretty low profile, which is beneficial and can hit surprisingly hard as she's fitted with 2 torpedoes. That's right, 2 torpedoes on a reserve boat. And that's without even mentioning the DSK machine gun, which is a nice bonus. Then we go into the second rank of the Soviet Coastal Fleet and lay our hands on the Project 122A submarine chaser. This ship has a 76mm gun positioned on the bow and 3 heavy machine guns at the stern. Furthermore, the sub-chaser is surprisingly difficult to sink and is quite nimble for her size. Coastal Fleet, Rank 3. We suggest that you should pay close attention to the Project 123K Komsomolets. This motor torpedo boat is armed with dual 14.5mm KPV machine guns that can fire up to 100 rounds before reloading. With API ammunition, that's more than enough for most enemies you're going to encounter. The boat isn't known for her survivability, but she's quite fast. You'll be capturing zones in no time at all. Also, the Komsomolets obviously has access to torpedoes. They aren't the fastest and don't have much range, but when released, they're fired forwards already at speed. Given that this boat is very fast, this feature makes her a very dangerous combatant. It's worth noting that there is an interesting hydrofoil version of this boat, the Project 123K A11, found in the premium part of the tech tree. Now, while we're still at Rank 3, take a look at Project 191M. This armored gunboat has a low profile, making her a hard target to hit with machine gun fire. But the most interesting thing about her are her armaments. And no, we're not talking about her 85mm cannon. The biggest selling points of the boat are 2 turrets housing dual 14.5mm KPV machine guns. Due to the way these turrets are placed, they have limited arcs of fire, but they also have very fast traverse and reload times. So there's that. KPV machine guns deal lots of damage, and with 8,000 rounds, you can wreck pretty much everyone. Moreover, in one of the most recent patches, the boat also gained access to naval mines. Next up is the Project 183 Bolshevik, a torpedo boat sitting at Rank 4 of the Soviet Coastal Fleet. It was introduced to replace other older Soviet models, with its design heavily influenced by the design of its Western counterparts. Bolshevik has good mobility and maneuverability. She is armed with 2 torpedoes and 2 turrets with dual 25mm AA guns. At the very top of the line Soviet torpedo boats, at Rank 5, we find the Project 206M Storm. 4 torpedoes, dual 57mm guns at the stern, and dual 25mm guns at the bow. That's quite a variety of weapon types at your disposal. Basically, the Storm can do anything you want. She's capable of capturing zones, fighting destroyers, engaging aircraft, you name it. And the last ship belonging to the Coastal Fleet that we're going to mention here is this, the Project 159 frigate, one of the most unusual vehicles available in War Thunder. She doesn't have much in terms of armor. Instead, she has lots of firepower. 5 torpedoes and 2 turrets, each with 2 76mm artillery systems. She can be equipped with RBU 2500 mortar and also comes with a radar and proximity shells, meaning that she's very effective against aircraft. All of that paired with speed and maneuverability makes the Project 159 a deadly glass cannon. High risk, high reward. Now it's time to play on something a bit more substantial. Welcome to the Blue Water Fleet, part of the tech tree, and the Soviet destroyer Moskva. She is armed with 5 130mm cannons, 2 quadruple torpedo tubes, and lots of auxiliaries. Don't be fooled by her size. She can go faster than some PT boats. In fact, not every torpedo in the game can keep up with the Moskva. She's the fastest destroyer in the game, capable of reaching the speed of up to 80 kilometers per hour in RB. Rank 2 gives us the Tashkent class destroyer, probably the most well-rounded destroyer that the Soviets have at their disposal, the pinnacle of the destroyer lineup. She can defend itself against aerial threats, wreak havoc with torpedoes, and blow things up with her 6 powerful 130mm guns, and she's almost as fast as the Moskva. Rank 3 of the Soviet Blue Water Fleet, the Project 56 Spokhoiny. The destroyer boasts quite a lot of firepower. She's fitted with 2 turrets, each with 2 130mm cannons, and 4 45mm AA guns. Spokhoiny class destroyers have no trouble dealing with other destroyers, and when facing cruisers, rely on their mobility and torpedoes. A Project 56 ship can also serve as a kind of an AA platform, capable of single-handedly clearing the sky of enemy aircraft. While we're still at rank 3, we simply have to mention the light cruiser Krasnay Kafkas. This ship is equipped with a primary armament of 4 180mm cannons and 6 dual 100mm Minizini secondary battery guns, backed up by a wide assortment of AA guns. When it comes to defenses, she's no slouch either, with decent armor all round, from 20mm on splinter bulkheads to 125mm of cemented steel protecting the conning tower. It's also worth noting that her Minizini quick-firing naval guns have pretty good ballistics, especially if the enemy is less than 6 kilometers away. Let's move up to rank 4. This can only mean one thing, and this thing is the Kirov class light cruiser. She's armed with, 2 triple torpedo tubes, 6 100mm secondary battery guns, and 3 main caliber turrets, each housing 3 180mm naval guns. That's a lot of weapons of all shapes and sizes, allowing this light cruiser to engage her targets at basically any distance. Finally, the last ship for today is the battleship Imperatrix Maria, which arrived at rank 5 of the Soviet tech tree with a new power update. This beauty right here is one of the most fearsome battleships that the update brought into the game. Once again, marvel at her firepower. The main caliber on the ship is 4 3-gun turrets with 305mm cannons, and the secondary caliber consists of 20 130mm cannons, no less. What's important is that the Imperatrix Maria can use all of the main turrets and half of its auxiliary cannons to fire simultaneously at one target from the left or right side. That's something that we call a lot of damage. What Soviet ships do you like? Are there any that you'd like to see covered in greater detail in a separate video? Please, don't be afraid. Tell us in the comments below.